music. There we go. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you're at. My name is Jasmine Taberge, and tonight we're going to be doing a very interesting and exciting presentation from Max International. So I welcome you to focus for the next 20 minutes because what you're about to learn this evening can completely change your life. We're going to be talking about health, and we all know that if we have optimal health, then we're going to be able to have optimal function in body. We're going to have longevity. We're going to have energy. So let's talk a little bit about health tonight. So in our bodies, we have millions of cells. And what happens is that our cells totally depend, and our body totally depends on the actual health of our individual cells. Just as you see this apple, when it's cut open, it's exposed to something called oxidative stress. As that happens to our cells, we end up that we have more and more health issues. So let's dig into this a little bit deeper. We're going to be talking about something called glutathione. Some of you may have heard that word, most people haven't. And so we're going to be letting you know and listen really, really well, because this is probably something, like I said, that will change your life. And once you start to understand the importance of glutathione. So glutathione, what is it? It is a molecule that we produce every single day. We're born with it. Glutathione is a protein. It's basically something that we have a lot of until about the age of 20. After the age of 20, we start to decline with our levels of glutathione. And so what glutathione does is that it helps us to reduce toxicity. It gets rid of inflammation. It gets rid of pollution and so many things more. So what are some of the benefits of glutathione? When people take glutathione, they notice that they have more energy. They notice that they sleep better. They have less aches and pains. When they're at the gym, they have way more endurance. We know too that with glutathione, we have unbelievable, different, and better quality of life. So these are some of the things that you see there on the screen that people notice when they have high levels of glutathione. So if you look at this graph, what you're going to notice here is that we lose glutathione. When you look at that graph on the top left corner, these are our glutathione levels. And every decade from about the age of 20, we start depleting glutathione by about 15% every decade until we get to the age of 50, where we have half of the glutathione that we did when we were 20. You look at the bottom left corner and going up to the right, this is oxidative stress. These are all the things that we're exposed to, the pollutions, whether we have some bad habits, whether we eat fast food, whether some people smoke, or whether we have too much alcohol. All those things end up that we end up being exposed to all this oxidative stress. And there's this crossover line. I'm a dental hygienist by profession, and I remember for decades, patients would come in and tell me around the age of 50, all of a sudden, they have aches and pains. They can't sleep at night. They don't have any energy. They come home and they're just conked on the couch. I remember hearing that they're now on, all different kinds of health situations, that they're taking more and more medications. I remember hearing this forever, but I had no idea that it had anything to do with glutathione. So that's why this is so important, that we figure out what causes us to lose glutathione. Some of the things I just mentioned, poor diet. Unfortunately, there's so many people that are eating fast foods, alcohol, stress levels. Who doesn't have stress? It's just part of our life. We just go, go, go all the time. Drugs, whether it doesn't only have to be street drugs, it could also be prescription. There's so many side effects from that, and pollution, and all these things cause us to lose our glutathione levels. So we know that there are over 74 different diseases that happen when we have low glutathione. And that research was done back in the 70s. Today, we now know that there are over 125 different medical conditions that occur when we don't have enough glutathione. So we are so excited because glutathione levels can be increased, but when we look at the availability of glutathione, and people have heard about it, and they go, okay, I'm going to go out and buy some glutathione from the health food store. One of the things that we found out is that the glutathione that you get off of the shelf that you take, it has very little bioavailability, which means you can take the glutathione, but it doesn't get into your cell. And the reason for that is that glutathione is a large molecule, and it's also very fragile. So whether you take a capsule form that you buy in the health food store, or whether you take glutathione, people are now taking it intravenously, you're not getting very much into the cell. You're only going to have about a 3% increase of glutathione in the cell. So yes, you can take it, but you're not going to see much difference within your cells. And then of course, you're not going to see much difference within your overall health. So there is a huge breakthrough, and there is a solution. So what I'm going to be sharing with you now is a compound called RiboCeine. And we have Dr. Herbert Nagasawa, that he has come up with an invention of RiboCeine. And RiboCeine is a sugar that's called ribose, and it protects cysteine. So cysteine is the protein. So I tell people it's kind of like a Smartie. So you've got your cysteine, it's protected by the ribose. And with this, when you take this compound, instead of having a 3% increase in your cells, you have a 300 to 500% increase in glutathione in 20 trillion cells of your body. And we can prove that through blood work. And we have clinical studies that prove that. So this is the breakthrough worldwide best way to get glutathione increased in every single cell of your body. And this is the gentleman that we have to thank, Dr. Herbert T. Nagasawa. He did this research. He was a scientist that spent over 25 years of clinical research to come up with this compound. And we are so grateful to him because he has dedicated his entire life. He is now deceased, but he had a very full life, and he was working in the lab, and he was the one, like I said, that's made this huge difference. That is also patented. This is an incredible discovery that he's changed the world with. So we have some certifications that are very, very outstanding, and most supplements do not have these certifications. If you look on the top left-hand corner, that gold one, BSCG, Banned Substance Control Group, that is the most stringent body in the world to deem something to be certified as drug-free. People like Olympians or people like professional athletes have to be very careful because they can't take anything that is banned. Well, the 4,000 banned substances that professional athletes and Olympians can't have, we are free and clear of that. And that we've got that certification from BSCG. And the other certification that we have is that we're halal certified as we go into different corners of the world and different cultures. That's important to people. So we have very high standards of certification that is very unique to Max International. This is our very first product that came out with pure RiboCeine. This is called MaxOne. And MaxOne, every single person can take it because it has only those two components, the ribose, that natural sugar, and the cysteine, that protein. And when people take it, some of the things that I mentioned earlier, they're going to notice that they have more energy, improved sleep, more mental focus and clarity, less pains and aches and pains from inflammation. But this is our product, MaxOne, that is pure RiboCeine. Every single person in the world can take this. Our flagship product that we built on top of MaxOne, we've taken 12 other synergistic, powerful antioxidants, and we've combined that with the RiboCeine, and we've come up with Cellgevity. So we have things in there like alpha lipoic acid. We have turmeric, which is good for an anti-inflammatory. We have grape seed extract. So a lot of people take these things individually, and we have them all combined in one. Selenium, because our soils are depleted. Selenium is a mineral, and as they're using the soil over and over for crops, we're depleted with some of these minerals. So this Cellgevity is our flagship product that has, like I said, the most powerful antioxidants all combined in one capsule. And we have an advisory team, we have a scientific advisory team, and we're always well supported in the medical community. What's really exciting is that we have 55 peer-reviewed studies. For those of you that are not in the world of medicine, or for myself in dentistry, a peer-reviewed study is the highest proof that when somebody comes up with a formulation and they do their clinical studies with a group of individuals, that another team now completely separate from this original study team has to now go and take another group of individuals and do a study. And if they come up with the same results, then they say, okay, this is actually proven science. This, what you say it does, it actually does. These results that you had with your patients, we had with our patients. This blood work is proven to be true. So we have 55 peer-reviewed studies, which is, again, absolutely unheard of in the world of supplements. So really, really proud of our team that helps to promote and get this out worldwide. Our newest product that we have for weight loss, everybody is now heard about GLP-1. And GLP-1 is so very important. There's an unbelievable amount of success with weight loss because GLP-1 is a hormone that helps to regulate both our hormones that cause us to gain weight, and we're actually lowering it. It lowers our cholesterol levels. It lowers our, oh my gosh, I just blanked out for the word, cortisol. So as cortisol levels rise, we end up having lower metabolism, and this gets corrected, and people are so excited because they're losing pounds, they're losing inches, and it's healthy. There's some other products that have been out there for years. People know that there's some that people have been taking injections that have had some pretty serious side effects. These ones don't. With our Max GLP-1, there are absolutely no side effects, and people are absolutely loving this product. So other than the capsules, we have like really powerful ingredients that are in there, and all these again are scientifically proven that they work on a cellular level, and this is the research that's been happening behind these products and behind our GLP-1. And other than the capsules, we also have a patch. Some people need an extra little boost, and this patch is just put on your arm or on any part of your body, and it gets absorbed through the skin and goes into the bloodstream. So both with taking the capsule and these patches, people have had phenomenal results that they're not just losing the weight, but they're keeping the weight off. So very, very exciting. And we have a new approach. Like I said, you take these two together. One goes inside your system with taking the capsules, and the other one is the patch. So you're like a double whammy. You're having very, very high success rate with taking these two together. So we're really excited because it's very cutting edge. And we have thousands of testimonials available. We have people all over the world that have had phenomenal results. And it's really sad because sometimes people hear from their medical team that, I'm sorry, this is as good as it gets, or I'm sorry that there's nothing else that we can do for you. And it's really heart-wrenching for some people. And I have personally known so many people that when they take these products, they are actually, they're feeling better. They have more energy. They're actually taking less prescriptions. I'm not telling you to get off of them, but those are some of the things that we hear from people. They've got direction from their doctor that the doctor said, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it, because all of a sudden, all their health statistics are coming back more and more and more improved. So we have two lovely ladies with us today that are going to be sharing their testimonials. So Marie-Paul, if you'd like to go ahead and just share with everyone your experience with Max products.
Thank you, Jasmine. Great presentation, by the way. As you know, I've lived a good life, active life over the years, and enjoyed a good career before retiring in 2013. However, the road of life isn't always smooth. Mine had potholes, crashes, and a few collisions, sports injuries, near fatal car crash, work accident that ruined my career. These accidents were on my lower back, my thoracic area, and spinal injuries. They left me with chronic pain, and I think you're quite familiar with that, Jasmine, as you had back pain as well. I've taken a few hits from life. and each one taught me something new, especially that you can never take your life and your health for granted. Since 2007, I've used Max products such as Max GXL, MaxOne, Cellgevity, and all the other products that are available. And they have made my back pain that much more manageable, and I can sleep better at night. I may no longer be able to do extreme sports like I used to do. However, I'm still driving forward, and that is thanks to Max International's product. If you have not tried Max products yet, I encourage you to speak to the person who invited you here and try them for 90 days and see what it can do for you. Many people have back injuries, soreness, and whatnot. And sometimes we don't realize it until we take a product like these products, and one day we feel that we don't have that pain anymore, or we sleep better. So, again, talk to the person who invited you here and try them.
Yes, great advice, Marie-Paul. Thank you so much for sharing. And now I would like to ask Beth, if you can please share with the audience, tell us your experience with Max.
Yes, thank you so much. Great story, Marie-Paul. My name is Beth. I live in Indiana in the United States. And my full-time profession, I am a speech language pathologist. And I go into homes and daycares, and I work with little ones like from birth to 3. And as you can imagine, I'm exposed to a lot of viruses, a lot of illnesses. And so I kind of wanted to hit on that tonight, since we're entering into that time of year. It's seasons are changing. It's flu's kicking in. I've had, people with COVID, sinus infections, ear infections, everything. It's all kicking in. So I, before I started using the products, I used to get at least 1, maybe 2 really bad sinus infections every winter. And I would lose my voice for a few days. My voice is my job. So if I can't talk, I can't work. I'm also self-employed. So if I don't work, I don't get paid. So strengthening my immune system and supporting it is really, really important to me. And I can say, it's been 14 years. I've been using the products for 14 years now. I very rarely get sick. I can't say never because that would be misleading, but very rarely do I get sick. And if I do feel like something's coming on, I might take a little extra Cellgevity, and it passes pretty quickly. It's usually pretty mild. So, I encourage parents, grandparents, teachers, anyone, doctors, nurses, people who are exposed to a lot of people, especially children who are carrying a lot of illnesses. This would be a great time to start taking our products and start building your immune system up for as we're going into the winter season. So thank you.
Absolutely great advice. That's so good. Wonderful. Thank you, Beth. And yes, you're right. This is the season. We've got patients that just aren't showing up because they're sick. I just have my girlfriend and her husband both just came down with COVID, and it's like the strain is supposed to be getting even more and more virulent. So we do need to do so much more to keep ourselves healthy. So thank you both ladies for sharing your experience with Max and letting everyone know that this is really the thing that's going to make a difference for you to have a better quality of life. Because as you were speaking, Marie-Paul, you're right. I've had back pain for, oh my gosh, I'm 67. It started when I was 20. As soon as I graduated and I was doing dental hygiene, and I had back pain for decades. And I used to spend $5,000 a year on my back care. And I never even thought of this until just recently. I figured out I've been taking Max products for 15 years. And so 15 years times $5,000, because I have not had to go to do any extra back care since I've been taking these supplements. I've saved $75,000. So that is like, wow. You don't even think of that. You just think about all the benefits and having energy. I mean, I always say I'm going to be a centenarian. I'm going to be on that dance floor at 100, but I never realized that was just the fun side of it. I never realized how much I have changed the quality of my life to not have that back pain that you talked about, Marie-Paul.
Yeah. And just the sleep. When you have pain, you can't sleep, right?
Yes. And I had insomnia to boot. I haven't slept for 32 years. I took these products after 3 months. It's like, good night. I'll see you in the morning. And it's just been the best feeling ever. So thank you very much, ladies. Thank you for being here with us tonight. As Marie Paul said, if any of you have just been exposed to this tonight for the first time, get in touch with the person that's invited you. Find out more. Do not let this go, because you are so going to change your life and the life of everyone that's around you that you love and care about. So thank you very much, ladies, and everyone have a wonderful evening.
Happy to be here. Good
Thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.